Hey everybody, Andrew with Suds to Success podcast. Want to do a quick intro for this awesome podcast. Me and Erjan talked about how to set up your services, why not to start cheap, don't worry about the cheap local detailers, and the power of doing one detail for $400 instead of 4 details for $100. We have tons of information spread out in this podcast. Hopefully you enjoy it. We also go through about what my sales process is compared to Erjan's, and there was tons of information there as well. Enjoy the show. Please comment, like, subscribe, enjoy. All right, welcome to the 14th episode of Suds to Success. Few things. If you haven't liked our podcast, please like it, subscribe. This episode is going to be jam-packed, tons of info about pretty much how to set up your services, not kind of be cheap, and so you want to make sure you're making money. Last one was about profit. Now we're going to kind of give you tools and tips to get more money, because we talked about all the specific stuff. Let's get you the easy ones, like about services and all that different stuff. So we're going to go real deep into it. Nothing too high tech. It's going to be pretty easy for you to kind of grasp on kind of things you can add to your business. But before we do that, let's start with our website, suds2successpodcast.com. We have all of our info on there, all of our different platforms that we stream on. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and then we got all of our social medias on there too. So if you want to see clips, kind of highlights of each episode, we post them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and that's pretty much all we got. So let's kind of dig right deep into this podcast.
Andrew, one sec.
Alrighty, we're back. We had to stop because Erjan had some weird piece of fabric in his background that bothered him, so he had to cut me off midway through. So
I'd get flamed, bro. I don't want to get flamed.
I think you just naturally do, brother.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Well, yeah, you do. Honestly.
Chill.
Honestly. It's been a long day, man, and I'm super tired. But we're going to get this sucker ready to go. I think it's a good episode, honestly, and it's something that I've been seeing a lot since everyone's getting busier. It's a question they tend to get. First one I kind of want to talk about is how to set up your services. So this is a big one. Every detail business is different, and especially if you're a little bit slower. Like, I mean, I know people like in our town that they're always complaining there's no work and blah, blah, blah. And then me and you, we're like, we got so much work, we're sending it to each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's all over the place.
Or we send it to other people, honestly.
Yeah, and that's a great place you want to be in. I always want to be the guy that has too much work. But to be fair, though, this week, and it's been busy, like financially, it's fantastic. But like work, it's been slow. Like, I mean, we have a lot of high ticket items coming in right now, but like I had literally one vehicle yesterday, one vehicle today, and then the vehicle, we had a bunch for tomorrow. They all canceled or moved. So I have nothing for tomorrow, but then we're still making more money than we make in a week. We're making that in 2 days.
And that's honestly where you would rather be, though.
I know, but it's hilarious. Like, some people will look like, oh, you're slow. I'm like, this is one of my busiest financial weeks that we have. Yeah. So the main thing, and that's, I guess, how we set up our services. So my biggest pet peeve, and yes, we're going to audit websites eventually. And I had a person reach out to us. So we're going to do that. I don't think we're going to do an episode on it because I want to kind of wait till we kind of build the podcast to do it. But I'm thinking we could hop on his website and then kind of like me and you will do, and we'll send it to him. Okay. Like, so it's a private thing. And because we got a lot of value, but I also don't want to act like we know everything about websites. We don't. We barely know how to do cars. We just have a platform where we pretend like we know what we're doing.
Sorry, I'm here.
Yeah. Except he's really been doing it for 3 years, but he's more in the same name
5,
tag.
Bro. 5.
Oh.
What is it, 2025? Yeah, it's 5 years. Almost. Or yeah, 5 years.
Interesting. Okay. So how to set up your services. So when people tend to look in these type of times where like everyone's busy, you know, those people that they're just always like, they're not, I guess they're not happy, but I mean, like, they're just, you know, they're like, oh, I'm busy and then I'm not, and I'm busy and then I'm not, and I'm busy and I'm not. A few things. It's how you set up your services. So like in our business, we have one interior service. There's no like quick vacuum. There's no, I had a lady call me today. I need to get these stains out of my seat. I'm like, okay, go in our interior package. No, I don't need all that. I don't want my car washed. Like, why don't you I'm like, then, like, go to a car wash. Like, go somewhere where they'll just do your seats. And I go, like, because That's what I tell people. And I used to like be like this is all I do. Like I'm a specialist. I don't mess around. What I tell them now is I go, listen, I go, the reason why we wash, or you get the question, and this is people that ask this never book with us. They're like, can I get the inside done instead of both? Like I don't want the outside done. I just say, listen, we kind of just throw it in for free because I don't want a bunch of dirty cars up front of my business. And they're like,
free.
Yeah. I'm like, I just throw in the wash. Like the interior is the same price. Like if you really don't want me to wash the outside, I charge the same. And they're like, oh, okay. And the reason why you do that is here's the deal. The people that want just one seat cleaned, I call them fix-it jobs. And Urjan used to do these type of jobs. And then I'm like, dude, stop doing them. Like there are always problems. You're never gonna have a customer and they're like, oh, can you do me a favor? Like I need it done by tomorrow. Never. These guys, they either don't show up, or women too. They don't just show up, it's a headache. Like it doesn't work out. So what you do is you make one package and you don't make it difficult for people, but you establish your service as like the keg. Okay. And I remember I told Urjan this joke a while ago, and I heard it from Ivan LaCroix. He talked about it in podcasts and all over the place. It's a thing he says. If you're the keg, you don't discount yourself to get the customers from McDonald's. It's not what you do, right? So I remember Urjan comes to my shop all the time to pick up products, and I was helping a customer in the parking lot. And I was putting car mats in his car, and he drove by, and I see him. He's like because I'm on a busy road, so he's like in the turning lane, about to turn in. And I see him, and he like just drives away. I'm like, what is this guy doing? So he calls me up, and he's like, yeah, I saw that you had a customer there. I didn't want to wear my business shirt, so that'd be weird. And without skipping a beat, I call him. I go, brother, when they're at the keg, they don't want to care about McDonald's. And he was just like, he was so insulted. But it was so
like,
funny.
what?
It was so funny.
You hit me with it quick, bro. I was like, what? I was like, damn. And then it turned into a joke for a year, but
it's true. And not that he's honest at McDonald's. He's not.
No.
And then I started calling him Ronald. But but what that does, when you establish your services, and I make them like pretty easy, like I have exterior and I have interior. I have in my exterior services like car wax, ceramic coating. We might do stone chip repair, windshield coatings. Like I kind of put them all into separate ballparks and separate categories. My interiors, no. There's one way to detail a car and the inside of a car, and that's how we do it. And if someone doesn't want it, sorry, like we're not for you. I don't have a problem saying that we're not for you. And someone in my life actually was talking about that recently. And I had a customer that so a customer calls, and I have a rule in my business. If you don't come 30 minutes after your appointment, I cancel your appointment. Yeah. Like it's done. Like, sorry, but you can reschedule, but I always cancel. So I cancel this guy. He calls me up literally minutes after. He goes, hey, I see you canceled my appointment. I said, yeah, it was at 9:00. It's 9:34. Like, you're done. You didn't even call me. Oh, I thought that was like a recommendation. Like, I can't just come whenever I want. Like, no,
bro.
Like, so, and for those who don't know, we use your able. So, it texts you when I book it. It texts you a week before. It texts you the day before. It's like he saw that his appointment at 9:00 3 different times. He decided to think that it's just I can come whenever I want. So why I cancel it is because I don't want that person in my business. I don't want to deal with them. I don't want to deal because those are the type of people that'll just leave your car with you and then just I didn't know how to pick it up. Like just weird stuff. Mm-hmm. So anyway, their point was like the person in my life's like, why do you cancel it? Like you're really particular. Like who cares? It's just a detail because it's my value. Like like if I kept that, they don't care about me. They could care less, like at all. So versus I had the customer, like had a guy yesterday, super nice guy. It's like, yeah, I want to really book it in. You guys are fantastic. I've seen you online, and I have a black truck. I know it sucks, man. Like I know my truck's a pain in the ass to clean. Like I know that. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, you know how nice this guy is? Like, he's so nice. Calls me today. And it was like 4:45. We close at 5. He has an appointment tomorrow. He's like, hey, gotta cancel my appointment tomorrow. And I'm like, I'm just over it, right? He goes, my kid broke his arm. I had to go out of town with my kid. I'm going to call you next week. I promise. I'm so sorry. Like, I understand, whatever. That's a totally different call than the buddy that, you try and talk to 3 minutes later. He's like, I just want to come. And then it's 9:30. Like, can I come at 11? He calls me back. I'm like, no. Like, I'm like, you want to rebook it? No, I can't do it again for another 4 months. Okay, goodbye. Like, it's weird, right? Like, I'm like, yeah. whatever, flag them. Like, you are not coming back here. Like, anytime,
Yeah.
like, that's done. Like, and most of the people don't come back that are like that, but
Yeah.
you know, we don't want them. And it's just because it's insulting, is really what it is. But how you establish your services is like, our details start at 250, you know, so 250 to 300 is our price range. I like to do a price range. Some people require photos, and everyone can do their businesses differently. Some people require deposits, which Urjan will talk about in a second, because he went on a rant about this with me on the phone. It's actually a good point. I might be looking into it. Um, and yeah, it's what you're doing with the services, though, is when you establish a bound, like I guess a bottom line. So my bottom line is 250. It takes out a lot of the customers I don't want, because we're like, what? Like, I just want to pay $50 for a car detail. I'm like, well, sorry, like, it's not what we do. Like, it's not. Versus, is there people in our area that do? Oh yeah, gladly, I'll send it to them. Like, you know, if you want to kind of do that, you can. Um, I'll kind of go into our next point, but talk about your deposits, because I don't know, we didn't talk about this in the last episode, right?
No,
No.
I literally implemented it 4 days ago, so no.
Okay, no. So talk about this.
Fed up. Just honestly fed up. I last year, I promise you, I think the whole time, like the whole entire year, I had maybe 2 no-shows. I ate it. I was like, you know what? I'm glad I get to clean the shop finally, something, whatever it might be. This year, holy, it's like rescheduling and canceling 2 different things. I'd be happy to cancel your appointment if you call me 45 minutes before. I'd be so happy that you even called. It's a gesture, right? If you call me 15 minutes, I don't care. Whatever. It is what it is. At least I know you're not showing up. It's like you said, the 30 minutes thing. It's like, bro, for 30 minutes, I could have started on a car with ceramic coating, or a customer who was so happy and waiting patiently for the last 2 weeks because I was too busy, who wanted that spot. And I couldn't get it to them because I already had this customer. So I'm thinking, I'm sitting here, I'm like, bro, if someone calls me, right, with a ceramic coating, let's say they want a ceramic coating, that day, and I say, hey, like, you got to bring it a little bit later, blah blah blah, and then the customer before cancels their detail. I'm like, okay, well, now do I call this guy and tell him, hey, you could bring it in out of nowhere? Which chances are I probably do that, but like, if he says yes, he says no, whatever. But it's like, if he says no, it's just I'm sitting there. Like, what am I
Yeah.
gonna do? I'm just sitting there, and I'm out in the county, so it's not like I could just go drive 2 minutes and go get a coffee,
That's what
you know,
we
run
do.
some whatever. Yeah, exactly. I'm like 15, 20 minutes away from like a food spot, like Tim Hortons, you know, whatever. So it's like I'd rather just sit there and eat it. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, bro, I take ceramic coating deposits. I'm gonna start taking it for tints. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it everything. If it's a wash, clay, and wax, deposit. If it's a freaking, I don't know, there's nothing really cheap that I offer, but like let's just say the cheapest thing is a wash, clay, and wax just by itself. I'm taking a deposit. I don't care. And I was like kind of fed up to the point where I didn't really care how people would react because I never really thought about it. I was just like, I'm doing it. I don't care. First guy calls me maybe 45 minutes later after I decided. He goes, hey, blah, 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 want to get my car? I'm like, okay. I'm like, sir, we just implemented a 20% deposit thing. Like, you need to put your 20% over the phone, payment form, or e-transfer it. He goes, okay. He's like, you don't do that already? I remember, I honestly almost wasn't going to take the deposit for him. I was going to say, like, I trust you. I was like, okay, whatever. I took his number, whatever. He goes, yeah, okay, just send me the receipt. I'm like, okay, no problem. And then I end the phone call, and I'm like, if this guy, and I told him we need a deposit, and he just gladly told me, that, like, you're an idiot, basically.
For
And
not doing
I,
it.
yeah, and I could have the time I wasted, bro. You know how clean the shop has been some days, and I clean it again because I'm so bored.
That's gonna be us tomorrow. Yeah.
You know, it's like I got fed up. I was like, one, I could have a customer in here who's paying me money and values my time. If you no show, I feel like it's like I'd rather you come drive out, slap me in the face. Honestly, honestly, come slap me in the face.
Yeah.
It's like I freaking woke up early, went there, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. It's my business. I have to do it. I'm not complaining about that. But it's like at least call. So I
Yeah,
got
if you
so many
call,
no-shows.
because like
I got so many.
I've had people call, like they'll call me in the morning, like, listen, like I'm sick. I'm like, no problem. Like,
Yeah,
I care less. Yeah, you're good
that's
to go. Call me
I'd
when you're
rather
back.
call me 5 minutes before the appointment. I honestly don't care. It's
Yeah.
just the no-shows drove me insane, and it was like, oh, it wasn't a few. Like all of April, I've had probably 6, and we're almost at the halfway mark or whatever it is.
We've had 2, I think.
I've had like 6. It's crazy, and I'm like, nah, that's it. So I implemented it. Every customer that I've probably booked maybe 10 to 15 customers, whatever, and they're all like, okay, yeah, no problem. One guy had his wife call. One guy freaking e-transferred it. One did this. One did that. For anybody who doesn't know what e-transfer is, it's just like it's like
Cash
Cash App
App.
in the States. Yeah. So, and I'm like, bro, if I did this earlier, I could have, one, saved so much money, 2, made more money, and 3, had customers flushing out like all the bad ones, all the ones who weren't going to show up anyway, who really didn't care. And especially for like long term, like thankfully now it's the spring and summertime. I feel like if we're going to be booked out for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and people aren't really serious about going to you, they're just going to book and then just not show up. So I was like, I might as well save the stress for myself and just start it now while it's early and I'm already booked out 2 weeks.
It's a good idea.
Honestly, bro, it's like I walk in there and I'm like, okay, he's showing up. He paid me like $56 yesterday or 2 days ago or whatever it might have been. Like, he's gonna show up. And if he doesn't, the beauty of it is he'll reschedule. He already gave me $56. I'll give him one more chance. Like, let's say if he no shows, slept in, whatever, I'll give him another chance. I'll reschedule it. And then if he doesn't show up to that one, take your money back, get the hell out of here. I don't know how about the money back thing.
Yeah,
I
because
don't know. I'm very weary about
I
it.
struggle with deposits, right?
I
So
don't know yet.
like I had a customer, all of our online booking, we require deposits. Lady calls me today for her appointments on Saturday. She's like, yeah, I don't really know if I want to do this anymore. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. I'm like, do you want to rebook it? No, I just don't think I want to do it anymore. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I'm gonna refund your money. What do you want?
Yeah, see,
Like,
that's the thing. I don't think it would make sense for you to
to
take
keep it.
deposits and just keep throwing it back. No, keep giving it back.
Well,
Because
you
it's
got
like, one, I don't know. Like if someone calls me my whatever, something very
my
bad.
idea. My
Okay,
idea is this. So today's Wednesday, right?
okay,
It's Saturday. I'll get an appointment for Saturday.
right.
If it's like what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a cancellation policy on our website or something. I'm just going to
Oh, I
either
see
make
what you're saying. Yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
accept to it or whatever. And what I might end up doing is if someone cancels, like let's say within 48 hours, I say, okay, we keep your money, but I give you a gift card.
Oh,
So
okay,
they're
yeah, that would make sense.
technically I'm giving them the value back, but it's
Yeah,
still I keep it.
with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Technically, yeah.
So that's what I've
Yeah,
done for like ceramics in the past. And there's still going to be times like I've had people where like the guy will buy a ceramic the next day and here ask for a refund for his deposits. His wife's threatening to divorce him. I'm like, what am I going to tell this guy? Like, no,
download
I,
Tinder. No, I'm just
no, but no, but it's like really, it's like, what am I going to tell this guy? Like, is it worth? And
yeah.
I had someone said this in a detailing group. I forget who said it. And they're like, is your 1-star review worth $50?
No, I'll
No.
take it. Yeah, go out and
God,
give
no,
it
I'll
back.
give them $400 so they don't give it to me.
Yeah,
Like whatever, right? So that's where it's kind of you're going for. But online booking, fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah. I got it down now after we had that problem. I haven't had any problems since. The last week I've had 4 bookings online.
Do you let them pick their time slot?
So I do a few things. You can set it. So I set my details so they all start at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I set it so it's 7 hours. So technically, my open slots are I think 9 and 12. It's like a wash and wax. I write 3 hours. So the system will only let them book when there's enough time
I see.
in the day. So it won't let a detail book at noon because it needs 7 hours. So it knows it's like okay, it won't fit. So it only
Okay.
fits them at 9. And then I can pick how many details I can have working at once. So I'm like, I only want to do 2. It will only book 2 interiors at a time
Oh, I
per
see.
day.
Yeah.
But what's nice about it is I'll just get random texts. It's like, oh, so whatever, you got $50. They booked online. Just confirm the appointment. It's like, okay, boop, confirm, done. Like it's done.
Yeah,
They're booked.
no,
I didn't even talk
that's
to
sick.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had like I'll tell you the company after, but I have like a CEO of like a big company on Walker Road just booked online. I'm like, okay. So his email was literally info at and then the business name.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, like, like you own it. So it's actually a whole different thing of convenience because like
Mhm.
people like they just don't talk to me. It's like the AI receptionist. I have people that book appointments through that. They're like, oh, like I need a quote. I'm like, okay. They're like, can I have this day? I'm like, yeah, because it prompts them to. So like when you give them the option, like if no one books online, I don't care. The option's there. What
Mhm.
else I do? So I get a lot of people that drop in that want quotes, right? And I told the guy today, he's like, oh, like I don't know my schedules. I'm like, oh, you just booked the 1 year ceramic online. He goes, what? I'm like, yeah, man. So I show him on my phone. I'm like, yeah, he's click here. You click 1 year ceramic, and then he can pick the days. So he's like, oh, so I just literally just book it. I'm like, yeah, you're done.
How
You just
about the rest, like 3, 5, 6,
I
7,
don't
or
do that.
whatever?
So
No, you do that still through
yes,
the phone? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I was
I
gonna say.
do I do services where I don't have to talk to them. So like I feel like a wash and wax. I don't need to talk to you about a wash
No.
and wax. And then the customers that do want to call me.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that don't. Same with interiors. I don't need to talk to you about interior details. I mean, if you have questions, call me, email, and they can still request regular quotes. Like the option's still there, and I still have
Mhm.
people that do. They'll instead of looking online the pricing, they request a quote in the form, reply to it, no big deal. But if they have questions, they'll call, or email or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like the options are still. I didn't take options away. It's like what
Yeah.
I was watching a
You're adding more.
podcast. Yeah, I was watching a podcast and they were talking about like websites or maybe it might have been a live. The point of it is they're like, or no, it was Detailer's Roadmap, and they're talking about online booking. And he goes, our customers complain because they want to put all these stupid book online things all over our all over like their website, and they complain like, why is all my bookings down? It's because people still want to talk to you. It's hard to book a $2,000 job through an online store and not talk to people.
Yeah.
Like it's hard. Would there be customers that would? Yeah, like I had a guy today. Like totally would. It's been with me how many times? If I put that option, you go click, 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 click. You do it all himself, pay the deposit, done.
Yeah.
Quick. But for like people that never been with us, it's not bad. I do require deposits for those. So I'm like the second I make things convenient, yeah, I want some skin in the game. Because
Yeah.
like if you're not even want to call me, yeah, you should be paying a deposit. like,
Yeah.
you know. So like that's for sure a thing. But like our services, like to go back to it, our services are set so it's not inconvenient, but it's not like cheap. It's not, easy. It's literally it's one kind of service. This is what we do for interiors. And that's why I tell people like, oh, why don't you offer us like a quick vacuum, like wipe down type service? I'm like, and that's why I do. Once you have employees who say, listen, I've tried, which is true. I used to offer it. Worst thing I ever did, but I used to offer it. And I'm like, my employees, they're too type A. So I just started like when I had these cheap servers, and then they just started doing the complete interior. I'm like, whoa, I'm losing
Yeah.
money. And
Yeah.
is that true? Yes. Like I do have employees that would not know when to stop. Versus like when I just say like this is the price, they're getting a full detail. Go wild.
Yeah. It brings consistency. Like wash and vac. Like you're gonna car. If it's like a brand new car, they want to get a wash and vac. It's gonna look great. If it's like a car, like a Dodge Caravan, that's been used with trees in it and leaves and dog hair, you're not washing back in that. But like
No.
someone will want it, and it's like, well, okay, I offer it, but I can't just tell him, oh, I don't offer it for you. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's like, I guess
and
you could make it, but like people wouldn't be understanding.
and what you're eliminating is the 1-star reviews that people
Yes.
wanted to get these things. They're like, oh, a vacuum should get dog hair out. Are they wrong to think that? No,
Uh,
because it's true.
uh,
But they think that a $60 wash and whatever vac is going to do what a full detail does. And that's what I kind of tell people is I'm like, no. And then what else it does is I don't do part jobs either. So like when people call me like, can you do just the seats? I'm like, no, like
Half job.
no. No, but like I'm not doing that. Or like another one was when people puke in a car and they're like, "Can you just do the passenger side because it didn't really get anywhere else?" I'm like, "No, like you're getting a full detail, and yeah, you're paying. Like you're paying a full amount. Like if I have to clean puke out of a car, I'm not doing it for $50.
No.
Like sorry,
No.
then you do it." Like I told people like not being rude, but like I've literally been like, they're like, "Oh, it doesn't take long." I go, then you do it. Like, well, I don't want to. Go, neither do I. And the guy laughed, right? 'Cause he's laughing because he's like, "Oh yeah, you're kind of right." I'm like, I wasn't rude to him, right? I'm just joking.
That's
I'm like, there's a
hilarious.
reason why. Like, I charge what I do, and like I've
Yeah,
had people where they're like, "Do I really need the bio bomb in it or the ozone treatment?" I'm like, I would do it. That's
yeah,
why we offer it this way. And I go, if you don't want it, then don't come here. I send them to you. Like, I don't want, and you'll tell them the same thing.
yeah,
But I'm like, then if do you want it done right or not? And that's why I kind of tell people is I'm like, I can't guarantee that the smell won't come back, but what I can tell you is I threw everything under the kitchen sink at it.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's kind of, that's what it is. And then they'll be like, oh, and like, don't like, and if it's like an existing customer, like, listen, like, it just happened yesterday. I dumped a bunch of vinegar on it. Like, I did this. Like, I had a customer literally is a cleaning person at a hospital. Like, I had someone puke in my car. I cleaned it how we did at the hospital. I just wanted detail to make sure. And they're existing. I'm like, okay, listen, I believe you. Like, so obviously you know how to clean puke. Like, it's your job. They're like, yeah, I took cleaner from work. I literally sprayed it all down. I did this, and that. I'm like, okay. So I go, we're going to book you in for today. I go, I cannot do it today, which is not 100% true. I worked on it, but I'm like, my team can't work on it today, but we're going to work on it. So bring it today. I'll work on it. I'll have it done in 2 days. It's going to take us a little bit, but I'm getting you in fast. I'm like, this is the price, and this is what it is. She's like, yep, done. Because they know, right? Like when I have a
yeah.
customer like that, gladly will help them if I can. Sometimes it's like balls to the wall, like you're so busy where it's like nonsense.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'll gladly help them. But they're the customer that I want. Like they're understanding. Like, oh, if you need more money, just bill us more.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Like
It's because they
it's like,
trust you. They already know you. You
yeah,
made
but
them happy once.
you frame it as this is not like this isn't convenient for me to do
Uh,
this. And I tell them like I don't specialize in this. I go, can we do it? Yeah. I go, I'll do it for you, but like don't tell your friends. So I tell them that I'm taking puke out of your car. Beat that. I get so ragey. Um, but the other thing, so this is something that we talk about. We got cheap people locally in terms of every board does. And
Oh
the
man.
main thing in the Facebook groups you see is like, can you believe the ceramic coating? They're putting 7-year ceramic coating on for $199. It's like, who cares?
I had a customer tell me that. He's like, "How is your price like almost $800 more?" I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "I don't know either." I was like, "Our bottle's around like 300 and something bucks." He goes, "Oh." He's like, "How is he making money then?" I was like, "I don't know."
Well,
It's one of those things where it's like, it, I don't know. It's this very big thing I've been seeing a lot, and I'm glad it is people shooting. So like not sometimes, well, some people will still obviously go for the most expensive, but like it's kind of people are trying to find a balance in the middle to high expensive area because one, it's like if I don't know if I said it in an episode, I heard it one time. It's like if you're hiring someone to do work on your house, you're gonna go with the cheap guy or the guy
we
who's
talked about that.
is
I
that
talked about that. Yeah,
yeah,
we talked about that in the last
it,
episode.
was that on that last episode?
Yeah, I'm doing the clips for it right now.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. Wait, fuck. Andrew, give me a second. I'm fucking dying. Okay, I'm sorry. Officially, I think the last one. Sorry, guys.
Arjan apparently a few times said he first had problems with the fabric, then he's popular with his phone, and it's been a day, let me tell you. All
Oh,
right, so back
brothers.
to what you're talking about
The most
cheapest
expensive.
and expensive
Yeah.
for contractors.
Yeah. So, like, it's like, would you hire the guy who's doing, let's say, renovating a bathroom for $2,000 when the most quotes you've gotten were like around 8 to 10? Would you go with the 8 to 10 or would you go with the guy at 2,000? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense, right? So it's like I told one customer like that, and he booked, he booked, came in happy, whatever. He's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, and it's like I don't know. I feel like it's like there's a misconception though, like it's like, oh, the most expensive is always the best, and it's always the cheapest is always the best. Like some people are always there, so it's like being kind of in the middle to like hire, and one obviously selling like how you talk, like your customer service. Like you could be terrible, bro, at detailing and sell.
That's why I took that job from you today.
So Andrew's a thief, guys. It's official. I'm gonna edit like a police car in there.
Cuff me.
Hey, remember the few episodes ago you were complaining about me? Hey, karma, man, I'll take it. I'm glad you got it. I'm better.
What happens? It's the way it goes.
Yeah.
So kind of a backstory. Got a quote. Me and Urjan get the same quotes quite a bit. So the customer's requesting from a bunch of places. So I reached out to the guy, like at 9:30, and I'm like, yeah, like whatever. Talked to him. Super nice guy. Got him all set. I'm like, yep, this is the price. I'm gonna send it to you. He goes, okay, great. Urjan apparently called him at 9 and left it on voicemail, and the guy never replied to it. But when I called, he answers
He
and
probably
books
thought
in with me.
he probably heard my voice and my name. He's like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this guy. No, I'm just joking.
But and that's why, like, when you ask a customer like that, not that I'm going to, because he doesn't need to know that I know you, but
No,
I always ask him, like, what was that made you pick us?
yeah,
And like it's interesting because it's little things, like all the little things that we do, where it's like, oh, well, you texted me right away thanking me for the quote. I'm like, what? Like that
yeah.
doesn't cost me. Like little stuff like that, where like when they quote with me, they get a text, an email right away. Right at 9 o'clock, the Go High Level will reach out to them right away and email them, and then I called him. It's like he technically talked and got like communicated probably like 5 times before I called him.
Yeah. No,
Versus you, what was yours?
well, what up, cousin? Nah.
Yeah.
See you looking for ceramic.
It could also be though. It could also be, in all honesty, maybe he's closer.
Probably, yeah. We've had people quote the same, and they'll tell me like, "Oh, you were closer."
Yeah,
and it works better. I'm
and
like, okay.
yeah, and that could literally just be it. They're like,
I
oh,
always tell
they
them like,
like
"Yeah, you're
both.
just a good buddy of mine. He won't be mad. Don't worry."
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
yeah,
yeah, they don't care. I feel like the people we're so blessed with the people around us, like the good, the higher bit, like our customer base. I think is
yeah.
like very chill, just like laid back. They know everybody knows each other. It's smaller cities, so it's like it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be doing it. Glad to be doing
And
it.
in terms of kind of going back to like, you don't want to be the cheapest, the most expensive. I'm probably close to the most expensive, and now
Yeah,
probably close.
yeah,
I don't mind being there, and this is why is because people look now. I also have the like I also make the service look like they're getting what they're paying for. So like
right.
it's not like I'm the most expensive, and like so for example, another one of our competition, one of the most expensive people answer the phone hello,
Yeah.
or like doesn't send you a quote for 3 days, like just
I've had people
nonsense.
tell me like he got angry at them over the phone. I'm like, really? Like I asked them like, really? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and like that is what it is. And this isn't us talking bad about them, but what that type of stuff does is it really fuels me to make my process as flawless as it can be. Like I mean, we talk about this all the time. Like I literally get off on how convenient was it to quote with my business and like book with me. Like honestly, like laugh, right? But like, I had a customer text me today, comes every year for strength maintenance, gets an interior detail, gets his windshield coated, texts our system. So literally text, hey, I saw that you're able, whatever, message me. I'm ready to come in. I want to get this, 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 and that. Within 3 minutes, I'm texting him like, yep, okay. Do you want the windshield done too? Because you got that done last year. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I want that done. Okay, great. He's like, do you have whatever? I think it was like May 10th or something like that. I'm like, or whatever, May 15th or whatever the day was, right? Is that available? Yep, I'm gonna book it right now. Within 2 minutes, you're able to text him saying your appointment's booked. He goes, man, I love how easy it is to book with you. There is
Yeah.
nothing that makes me so happy when a customer says your process is so fluid. Like it's literally hard for me not to give you my money.
Yeah.
What I hate the most, and this is my biggest pet peeve about businesses, biggest pet peeve is when they make it hard for you to pay them.
Oh, I know.
Like
Yeah.
I literally just like I just want to go and go boom right to them. Like I just want to hit them. Like even like some suppliers where it's like I get things, they don't bill me for a month. I'm like, what? And it's different. Like if I have net 30 terms, no problem. Like I gladly will do net 30 terms with you. I'll pay you. But when you're doing a bill by bill and I'm getting like a bill 30 days later and I'm like, I've ordered two other things, like two other orders, I'm getting a bill from 3 bills ago.
It's like,
What are you
bro.
doing?
Yeah.
Like I get so mad paying it. So I'm like honestly, like it's not even like I'm like trying to like, oh, like I've saved the money for bill. No, it's like it just makes me so mad. Because I'm like my business, every one of my employees can take your money. Like literally any single person that's working there is taught This is how you use the credit card machine. This is how you can do it over
Yeah.
the phone. If a customer comes in and the credit card machine doesn't work, this is how it works. I will take your money in any way that we possibly can. If there's a new way to do it, I will use it. I don't care. I will finance. I will use Square. I'll take cash. I'll do e-transfers. Like, however, I will make it so convenient for you to pay me that you're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, like I'll send it to your email and your phone. Like, I had a customer today. They're like, oh, I needed to do whatever. I said deposit. I'm like, we'll do it over the phone. Like, oh, like I don't have my card now. No problem. I'll text you a link. Just click on it and do it. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, like we've kind of like getting paid. So like I try and make it convenient. And they're
Yeah.
like, wow, like that was just so easy. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like no
Yeah.
problem. Like we love getting paid. And like when you say it like that, the customers are like, wow. But that's what I'm doing. Like I'm not the cheapest service, but like I'm giving you the most value for what you're working on. I can tell you the level of like our process. That's why I ask people. I'm like, what was the best part of the service? They're like, my car looks great, and you were great to quote with. I'm like, thank you. Like I literally take so much pride in because I know how many detailing businesses suck at it. Like I mean, they're not good at
Yeah.
it. They're good detailers. This isn't a bad thing. This is why I'm so happy to like expand my business because I'm like, oh, I can't wait. It's like literally like I'm foaming at the mouth where it's like I'm gonna take over this industry so much. Like it's gonna be so much fun because it's like because it's true. Because like
Yeah.
listen, like my system works. So like if I now what this also teaches me is I could develop something that shows how my system works. If I give it to you, I will guarantee that you're making six figures. Because
Yeah.
if you're doing everything that when I
Yeah.
tell you how to do things, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, like why haven't, and you're like, it works. Like,
Yeah.
listen, if you do everything that I'm telling you to do, I will promise you, you're making six figures, and your business will be successful and full of cars.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason why it isn't. When you're doing all these things and not falling asleep like you at the wheel, like I'm talking, like if you're regimented, no, but I mean, so if I tell you about high level, how long have you had high level for?
2 months.
Right. What have you gotten done on? How much hours you put into it? Right now, you're probably more because you've been working on it lately.
Yeah, you're a wizard, bro. I don't know how you figure this stuff out.
Okay. My point is, if I set up a course or a system, how to do it, I said, listen, this is how you do it. It's X amount of dollars. I will guarantee that your business will do well because if you're doing everything, if you don't,
Yeah.
you're not going to do well. You're going to fall off and it's not going to do what you do. Like, I mean, like, look at like you've literally heard me on the phone. You're like, well, like you can just like you just sell really well. I'm like, no, I've developed a system that works. So it's
Yeah.
like, sure, I'm good at talking and helping people. That's great. I've always been like that, like that's what I've been good at. Now I have the system that follows up with people. So like, oh, this guy's knowledgeable. He knows his product, which I do. He's also following up with me tons of times. And then what I tell people now is go, here's your proposal. So I give them, they have something in front of them. I'm like, don't even worry about writing anything down. I'm just going to send it to your email anyway, or book right now. And some people are like, yeah, book it. Like they're so amped on the phone. Other people are like, oh, okay, I'll take the deposit. I go, 'cause honestly, if you want to talk to your wife about it, I just say, it's a lot easier when stuff's visual. Women are very visual, men too, but women tend to be more visual. So I say, it's all in front of you. And I go, honestly, we're stupid. And the guys always laugh, right? I'm like, we always forget stuff, and then they get mad. So I'm like, I'm just going to put it in writing. And they laugh and go, yeah, you know me, or like whatever, right? Because they all get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could go both ways. It's not always men that are like that. It could be women or vice versa. But when you create that kind of joke with them, they laugh. And then, but what it kind of goes into is it looks at that's how my services are set up. They're not cheap. I'm giving you a service. It's like me talking to you for 20 minutes. That's included in the price. Is you get this level of attentiveness and level of service.
Yeah.
And that kind of it fuels into everything. It fuels into that we do free programs for people to like show them how to wash their cars. And we're doing all that stuff. Like this is the value I want to give my customers. And I was listening to a podcast and they're talking about like how much value do you provide to your customers? And they look and they said they want to be the Disney of detailing, where it's like Disney, like stuff Disney does, like they paint all the handrails every single night. They
Yeah.
do so many different things. Like there's never a guy walking around with a big thing of like garbage bags because it all goes underground. Like the systems
Yeah.
Disney has, like if you ever read the book Like there's a book about everything Disney does to be successful pretty much. You read this and you're like, no kidding, they're successful. Like,
Oh
because
yeah.
when you think about it, their system, they've had the parks, I think it's like for like 50 years or something like that. They're doing the same exact thing 50 years later and it works, even with technology. How is that a thing? So
Systems,
when
bro.
right, but it's because they have a system that works. It's the same thing. When you have a system that works, I'm going to smoke you. Like so, like because it's literally. So let's say we quote the same price. You know, you called the guy. Did you text him and say you left him a voicemail?
Yes.
Okay, that's actually good. I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
No,
Did
I've
you
been doing
email
that.
him?
No.
Okay. Here's the thing. This is how my process works versus yours, right? Got a quote last night, whatever it
Hmm.
was, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Interior and exterior. Right away, it goes, let's say you're the customer. Hey, Erjan, got your quote for your 2018 Ford Explorer. Can't wait to talk to you. One of our team members will be reaching out to you soon. Text and email, same thing. And then our system then notices, oh, they selected exterior detailing. Hey, notice you selected exterior detailing about 7 minutes later. What kind of service were you looking for? We just want to make sure we get our quote right when we reach out to you tomorrow. Did you want like a wash, a wax, ceramic coating? What were you looking for? Guy replies, ceramic coating. Then that response goes to AI. AI determines he wrote ceramic coating, flags in my CRM and it says ceramic coating quote, reach out to him before everybody else. I then look at it this morning. I say, okay, click a button, and then follows up with him again and says, hey, we have a few questions for you. What color is your car? She never told us. How long do you plan on keeping your car? Do you need any other services other than the interior detailing today? Within, I think it was at 9:10. So we sent that 9:10. We sent that via text and email. She's getting that twice again. Within around 9:10 p.m., texts me back and says, okay, I want ceramic coating. My car's gray. I'm going to keep it for 5 years. So I'm looking for a quote for that. Okay, great. 9:23. I'm on the phone with him. Hey, just saw you replied to our quote. Thanks so much for trusting us to get a quote for you. Went over the whole process with them. And then I'm going to write you a proposal. Do you want to book now or would you like a proposal? I like a proposal. Okay. I'll do that for you right away. Whatever. Okay, great. Write the proposal up for him. Everything he's looking at. Okay. Put him in my pipeline to quote sent. I also go, hey, I have an option where I can click a little button. It's like, do you want to add a follow-up text, everything we send him? So when I put him in the quote sent, it'll say, hey, it's great talking to you about your vehicle. Here's a video about our quoting process or a follow-up process. And it's pretty much a video of me talking, hey, I'm Andrew from Excelsior Detailing. Thank you so much for talking to us on the phone about your quote. It was fantastic. We really like customers like you that take the time to talk to us. We can't wait to work on your vehicle. Goes through a bunch of things. I get so excited about your cars on the phone, I forget to tell you some information. We're at our address. I say our address. Our hours are this. It takes this amount of time for these type of services. It pretty much goes over like stuff in detail. So then they have another video. And then it says, if you have any questions or like to book, let us know or click on the proposal. So they all say the proposal sent and you're able. That's like all the options. Then click what package they want. It then has an option where I can write, do I want to send them a text after all this within like 5 minutes? So I clicked yes. I just write, hey, here's a quick video of a gray Kia Stinger or whatever. This was a Kia Stinger, but Ford Explorer is my example. Here's a great example of a gray Ford Explorer that I did about 7 months ago, and I put a 5-year strike on it. Let me know what you think. So now they have a video of their exact car with ceramic coating on it, and of course, it got everything on the vehicle. So when I go over it in the vehicle, if he was only thinking, oh, I only want paint, I'd be like, well, this guy got the glass and the rims. Why aren't you? Are you sure? Like, these are black rims. You might want to, you know what? I watched your video. You're right. I do need the rims done. Okay. Clicks on the proposal like this guy. Clicked on the proposal. Yep. Boop. Everything. And I want the interior. No problem. So that was at 9:40. Call him at 9:46. Hey, blank. It's fantastic. I just saw the proposal came through. When are you available? Well, I'm always available, Andrew. Great. Me too. We're going to work on it next week. That's fantastic. Okay, great. I need a deposit and we're going to get you booked in right away. Okay. Boom. Booked. All set and ready to go.
Damn, bro, I'm the team move. Holy, bro, if I'm telling you, man, you ain't a detailer. Like that's the definition of not being a detailer. That's like a
But that
businessman. That's like a sales team, bro. Like I think you're better than like the actual
but
sales
that's
teams,
what the
bro. That's
process is.
crazy.
Like when
Yeah, yeah,
people are competing, like that's why where it's like people are like, why is your price $200 more? I go, like, look at my process. If I'm this detail oriented and you're quoting, imagine what we're like in detailing.
yeah.
That's why I literally tell people, I'm like, look at what I'm offering you.
That's crazy. Honestly, bro, that's a definite. People need to clip this, bro, and put it all over the internet. And Andrew needs to get famous off of it. I don't want any credit. This guy is not detailing, bro. Like it's not a detailing business. He's marketing, bro. Selling, marketing, whatever. He's a salesman, bro. He's not a detailer. He's a salesman. That's
But no,
crazy.
but
Not to
the
glaze you, bro,
reason
but
the reason why though I've been
that's
able to
incredible.
develop that honestly is the reason I've been able to develop that is because I'm out of my business. It's like I'm not
Yeah,
working on cars anymore. It's I have the time to think about these things of how do I want my process to be. And now that you have an employee, you're at that point too,
yeah,
where you have the tools. You have no excuse. You
yeah,
can't say that you don't know. You can
yeah,
literally look it up. They have
yeah,
videos that will show you how to do it. You literally could do that. You have the exact same tools I do.
yeah. That's incredible, bro. That opened my eyes, bro.
But
Crazy.
that is what it is.
Yeah.
That's why we
Um,
got the quote.
that's incredible.
Yeah. And it's
Honestly,
the same thing. It's all that's what we're good at. This I'm
I always
going
said
to
this. I said this. Andrew will say it to you too. It's a funny story. I call Andrew. I'm like, hey, bro, I've been thinking about doing this. He's like, you don't do that already? He's like, I've been doing it for like a year. I'm like, oh, okay. And then he goes, I'm always 4 steps ahead of you, bud. And like, you actually realize, like, and I know it's not to glaze you, bro, but it's like I love having this like the bond that we do because it's like
yeah.
okay, one, you don't like shame me for like, slow down, whatever. You don't tell me like you don't tell me like you don't shame me, you don't put me to shame. You tell me like how it is. And I always told Andrew, like I always text him all the time, and I'll be like, bro, like thank you for telling me things I needed to hear that I didn't want to hear. And it's because like, dude, this year, I'll tell you after, is like probably the best year I've ever had. Within the last 2 weeks, I've made more than I did the entire summer doing mobile detail.
And remember when you asked me, like, I don't know if I could pay for an employee.
Bro,
How
I
do you
thought about
feel
that
now?
today. Thought about it today. It's like it's crazy. Like you never think about it, and it's like it is the fear. Honestly, I'll tell you, it is scary. It's like okay, I'm gonna have this guy. He's gonna be working. How many hours? How many hours? Let me calculate it. And it's like now I'm like, well, come in more. I have him working 6 days a week right now, almost. It's
Yeah.
like and he loves it. I tell him like, you want to come in? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Like Sunday off. Sometimes I give him Saturday, I'll give him Friday off, whatever. Like I try to keep
Yeah.
him at, certain days, but if it's like I book more cars, I'm like, yo, you want to come? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Say no more.
And the main thing is why can you do that? Is because you have your services set up.
And dude,
Like,
today I was literally telling him, he's like, he asked me, he's like, same thing for this car? I'm like, same thing. He's like, okay. Got to it. I was on the phone with you for like an hour. He's like, by the time I looked at it, and then he's like, midway done, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Looks good. He's like, yeah, I do it every day. I'm like, yeah, and it goes back to like I was gonna add it actually, but you were going. I didn't want to cut you off. Is when you have like one interior and like let's say one way to wash a car every single time. When you hire your next employee or when you hire your first employee, it's like bro, teaching him that way is so easy. Like when I taught him how to do an interior, he's like, so that's it? I was like, yeah. He's like, we only use like one chemical, two chemicals. I was like, yeah. I'm like, maybe three if you add the windows. Well, obviously we had the windows, but three, whatever. And
yeah.
he goes, like three for a whole car? He's like, I thought it would be like this, and that. I'm like, yeah, those products are for show.
Yeah.
I don't use half of them. And
Yeah.
he'll be like, oh, are we using this for everything? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah. Like that's it. It's easy, it's simple. Like, bro, it's like even me, I'll be doing 40 things at once, thinking about 100 things at once, right? And it's like I'm not even thinking anymore. It's not like before where I had like, you know, the 3-part carpet system. Oh, what step am I on? You know, like this and that. It's like, it's easy, simple. You get it. It's done straight to the point. And it's like, there's no room for error, kind of. You minimize it. You very, very,
Oh,
very
by a
minimize it.
lot. And the reason why is like this is even like when I had Darren come, whatever, people are like, oh, like, are you worried he'll screw up a cargo? No. Because like when you have a system so defined, like you have yours and you tell your first employee, we don't just have that. Like, so we have SOPs. So literally it goes
Yes.
through on paper how to do it. They agree to it. So when they sign their contract, they agree they read it. If they say, oh, I didn't know it's in the SOP, we have an app that's all on their phone. So I have our SDS on their phone. They clock in on their phone. Their schedule's on their phone. I got to give it to you to show you this new app we have. And we're going to talk about it on the podcast. It's top of the line. It's free. So like
I
it's like,
wrote the processes. I never knew what it was called, but I guess SOP.
okay, yeah, standard operating procedures.
Oh, okay.
And but what I do is it's all on their phone. So they have no excuse. Like literally, like let's say their driver's license, it's uploaded on the app. So like, at any time I can look, oh, I need your license for insurance. It's already up there. I can just go boop, yeah, here, send it to the insurance guy. All set and ready to go. They're like, oh, or like their first aid. So they have first aid. I know when it's going to expire. So lets me know, hey, it's going to expire in 3 months. You might want to book them in for a class. Whatever. It's all on there. All their contracts, like let's say with Darren, he signs, you know, all like his employment contract. He signs like an offer letter. There's a few things he signs, like a NDA clause, which means like he can't disclose certain things we're talking about. It's like if we're planning on testing a certain company, or like let's say I want to sell more products, and it's like a certain brand that's not in Canada yet. He can't
Okay.
go on Facebook and say, "Hey, my boss is planning to sell X. Can't wait." Like he can't. Like so, right? So like it's not like we don't have secrets, but it's like it just protects you.
Yeah,
It's like you're
makes
not
sense.
worried about people doing that type
Makes
of stuff.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
So, but
sense.
all that, like when he's like, or let's say one of them does something wrong and they get a warning. It's all logged on there. So I can literally be like, whatever. So let's say Darren, for example, I'll throw him out there. We have a certain process. And he kept forgetting when, as you know, when people are new and like they just
Yeah.
forget things, like they don't know. So he kept not doing the door jams. He's like, I just do it at the end. I go, brother, you literally looked at this. I go, look at your phone. You signed this and said you read it. That says what order it's supposed to be in. Oh, okay.
Oh, he
Different
does it
problem.
like me. I do door jams at the end for some reason. I don't know. So
Yeah.
weird.
Anyway, we don't need to talk about your bad habits. But anyway, um,
Gotta. That's a whole episode. Me too.
but honestly, is and that's where it kind of gets you is when you have employees and you're charging what you should. Like we all know a cheap detailer, and the first thing they'll say is, "I'm a one man show. Like it's just me working on it." And they wear that like a badge. Like they wear it like it's pride. It's like, dude, you're working on 8 cars to my one.
I think when you start charging prices, you're comfortable and happy that you're charging. So let's say like you went from charging 50, which I used to charge people $50, to like 250, 225, whatever it is. It's like I'm so happy to work on that car because it's like, okay, this is my like this is what I value myself at, or my service at. Sure, should I be a little bit more right now because of all the price changes? Sure, but it's like whatever. Let's just say that's what it is. It's like I'm so much happier to do that detail, not because the money is a thing, but it's like, bro, I'm getting paid for my time. You know, it's an exchange. It's a time for money thing, right? The customer doesn't have time to do their own car. I'm getting paid for it. And that's my
Mhm.
value to them, right? And it's like I feel like I'm so much happier to like when I start like, you know, doing ceramic coatings. It's like imagine charging $500 for all this polishing, for all this over wiping, for all this high spot checking, all this like making sure it's perfect. It's like all day you worked on it and you got $500 compared to like triple that, let's say sometimes, right? And it's like
4 times that.
whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's like at the end of the day, it's like okay, tomorrow I'm so excited to go to work. You know what I mean? It's like I'm excited to go to work. I get to make some money that I'm actually valued in. Where it's like you go work a job at McDonald's, it's like they're paying you minimum wage. It's like you're a joke. You know what I mean? To them, it's like they don't care about you. You know, so you'll have some people who work on with you, and they don't care about you. It's like you feel like I don't know if this is the right word to use. It's like demoralizing.
Yeah, you don't feel
It's like,
valued.
yeah, like it's like, bro, what am I doing here? Like when I used to do interiors and exteriors and freaking all full detail for like $75, I was like, bro, like I spent 7 hours at this customer's house and I got $80 when I charged him 75. Wow. And the car probably looked worse than it did. And it's like now it's like from charging. Thankfully, what we're valued at, probably we should be charging more. But I mean, it's coming soon. Um, but it's like you just feel like okay, now it's like tomorrow I'm happy. It's not I'm mad. Oh, I got freaking underpaid. You know. Now it's like okay. And when you when you start telling people like, oh, I don't do cash deals. It's just strictly like plus tax and whatnot, it takes away the people who are going to bring more cash deal guys. And it's like some people will argue cash deals are better. Do whatever you want. Andrew used to tell me this. I used to be the cash guy. Probably shouldn't say that on podcast.
Yeah, Canada revenue.
But it's like no, you'd be excited. It's like cash, whatever, But it's like now it's like okay, doing everything properly by the book actually has so much of a benefit, right? You get to write your expenses off, pay less taxes, whatever it might be, and you get to see how much money you're actually making. Because it's like realistically, if you get $250 in your hand and you go spend it, are you writing down every dollar you spend on that? No. Whereas like if it's online, if it's in your bank, if you see it, it's coming out, all the invoices you have, you see it. Like you see where, okay, this is a good month, this is a terrible month. What did we do wrong here? What can we improve here? It's like how do we get better? What do we charge more for? What do we charge less for? You know what I mean? It's just like you can look at it. Whereas like cash is like we say, oh, we have a cash book, or people say like, oh, I've heard it so many times. You should have a cash book and like a debit book. I was like, huh? And they're like, yeah. It's like I'm like, you're not. You get the money, you put it in your pocket, you forget about it. Whereas like if it's in front of you, it's on paper, like on your phone, whatever it might be. It's like you can see, okay, this was a great month. What do we do right? And it's like the next month is debt, $0. It's like, okay, what do we do wrong here? You can see it. Whereas like if you're strictly cash business, it's like I don't even remember if I did a detail yesterday.
Yeah.
You check your pockets.
Yeah.
See how much I got, right? It's like and it keeps you legit and people respect you more. When you're telling them, no, I don't do cash deals, it's strictly like plus tax, whatever the government sees it. It's like, oh, okay. And they come in, how happy, jolly, whatever, ready to pay. Because it's like you're telling them how it is. This is a business. You're not a side hustle.
They say it's a hobby. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a side hustle.
What
Just
I
like
tell people is that's what I say. I go, I got employees to pay.
I started
like,
using that.
And like I've had people before, like, oh, can you come in on a Sunday? Or like, can you if I'm coming at like 5:30, okay, no, I like my employees to be home with their family for dinner, including me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we leave when we leave.
No,
we're done at 5. Like, and you kind of eliminate that. It changed when I moved. Like when I left from a house to like where I'm at now, I get some, but like it's so much less. And like I tell you, my website scares those people away.
Yeah.
Because like they'll look at it and it's like, oh, this looks expensive, or like they'll quote with us and like they won't even reply. And like I'll be like I have a guy right now. I followed up with him 6 times, did not reply. And then he messages me. He goes, "Yeah, I'm ready to get my ceramic coating now." I'm like, I've been texting and emailing you, or the system has, for this like 2 weeks. He goes, "Yeah, I've been kind of busy, haven't I?"
Older guy.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
love older people, bro. They're so funny.
I'm like, okay. And he goes, yeah, let's talk about pricing. I'm like, all right. Like, just like so like easy and like ready to roll. That's kind of like how to set up your services. And you want to get one $400 detail instead of $400 details. I can't say this enough. We have so many businesses locally. Everywhere does. This isn't us to like throw them out there, but everywhere. And honestly, like I think our detailers compared to like other people, like when I see stuff in like different like big cities, like people work on, like I'm like, how would that even like the lowest of the low here wouldn't even let that go. Like there's like honestly, like the detailers locally are fantastic. Like I mean, like even like
100%.
like even like the lowest quality or like most express type services, they're pretty good. Like they're not like terrible. Like they're not what we do. But they're not like where I'm like, oh, I'd be insulted if someone got this service. It's like, no, like it's like whatever. But there's people that do that. They're working on 8 cars a day for $100. And it's like, I work on 1. Like what do you and then you'll see them complain, or like those business owners will complain, like, well, I can't afford to hire people. I go, no kidding. Because no one wants to work that many hours. You're working from, let's say, 5 in the morning, 7 o'clock at night. No employee wants to work that for minimum wage because you're also paying them the least amount you could pay them.
Yeah. I don't think that's okay, if I have to do it, I'm sending Yusuf home. If I have to stay an extra hour
If you
for
have
like
to do that,
whatever
you should
reason,
fire yourself and close.
probably.
You never have to do that.
Probably. Yeah.
I'm
You're right.
telling you from experience, like it's different. Something went wrong and you're there for an hour or two, that's different.
That's usually what it is. Is like is I over booked myself for the next day and I never realized it and I never paid attention. It is my fault, so I'll eat the bullet. Like the car will be mainly done. It's just like, oh, wipe the windows, do the door jams, put the tire shine, and get the hell out. Right?
Yeah.
But it's like I'm not gonna make him sit there and wait. It's like, bro, when you're done, you're done. You know, it's I miscalculated. Whereas like usually if it's like tire shine windows, let's just do it in the morning. It's not that big of a deal. Usually we could get the car almost pretty much always done before, but it's like if I have to go in 30 minutes extra earlier to go do the windows, I'm not really complaining. Am I gonna call Yusuf? Yo, you got to come in an hour early because we got to do the windows? No, not because it's not that I don't want to pay him for it. It's just like it's not his problem. You know what I mean? It's like I tell you to come here at this time and leave at this time. That's what you're obligated to do. You don't have to stay. You don't have to do whatever. He'll chill. He'll sit down and like, oh, I need a break.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, do your thing, you know, and then we'll lock up or we'll talk and whatever. It'll be 15 minutes after, but then we lock up and go, right? Where it's not like, oh yeah, bro, you're gonna be here from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., bro. You know, the shifts we have to pull.
No one wants to do that.
No.
So hopefully out of this whole episode, you kind of got what we're getting at. Is how to set up your services, you know. Now, not to start cheap. You don't need to make your business cheap to get customers. You need to provide value, not take it away. Don't worry about the cheap people in your town that's doing cheap work. They never last. They can't. I always say, like, there's a few people, I'm like, this guy's going to die. Like, they're working way too hard. They're going to have a heart attack. And you want to make sure that I want to be alive for my customers. It's like when my customers see me today, it's my job to stay alive. Like honestly, I take care of my body and I struggle with it. Like I'm at the point now where like I'm really starting to focus on my health, where it's like, yeah, like I don't have to be stressed out all the time. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about that in a whole other episode, but I don't need to be stressed out all the time. It's like I was literally like after our training we're doing, and because I'm going to be working like literally Tuesday, we're working on the weekend for the training, and I was going to work the next week. And someone looked at me like, "You're taking days off, right?" I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "You're taking days off, right? Like, do I need to hit you? Like, you need to take days off. Are you giving your employees days off?" I go, "Of course I am." Like Taylor's going, I'm like, of course she's getting days off. She goes, "Why aren't you taking days off?" And it's true.
Yeah.
Even if you take one, like this is where I'm going to compromise. I might only do one, but you need something. Same with you. If you're doing training, you need to take time off.
Oh yeah, for the training, 100%.
No. I mean,
that's
after.
Saturday. Oh, really?
Dude,
I'm ready to go in, bro.
You're working. You can go in, but not working on cars.
Okay.
You're different than me. Yeah. What I'm saying though is realize how you're not getting a day off for 2 weeks.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, I see what you're saying.
You need the time off. Like normally, whatever. Normally you get what? Sunday off?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're working on Sunday. We're doing training on the Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
So you're just not going to get time off for 2 weeks? The other thing is you should be taking 2 days off, not one. I don't know. You're a nutball.
Yeah, a little crazy.
You got to change that.
Yeah. No, I do.
It's closed on Monday, like me. Sunday, Monday.
I think that's what we were planning on doing, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do. But anyway, sorry to go off on a little bit of a rant there. But hopefully we gave you a lot of information. No, but hopefully we gave you a lot of information this episode. This is a big episode. It's probably going to be an underrated topic, but something a lot of people need to focus on. So kind of end it. Suds to Success podcast, all social medias. If you haven't liked or subscribed to the episode, please do.
What are you doing? You got to like.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. And all the comments, we see them. We appreciate it. If you have any questions, go on our website, suds2successpodcast.com, and you can do all that there and all the clips on Suds to Success Podcast, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all there. And we're on Spotify and Apple podcast. Have a great rest of your day. Happy detailing. Talk soon.